The Observer would like to advise that the following video comes with a trigger warning. The content in this video is of a sensitive nature, so please beware that the topic of this video may trigger you. The Observer recommends that you consider your own mental health before you watch this video.
Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Today's video is going to be talking about a man that goes by the name of Barry Schuss or Barry the Bedeau on TikTok and Instagram and possibly even YouTube. Now Barry here at first glance just seems like a harmless older person, but a deeper dive into him shows that it's going to be some very wacky stuff that we'll talk about today, such as him messaging some underage people, saying some very racist things, and committing 4 counts of arson in the second degree. Now, Barry's very short-lived claim to internet fame was basically back when, a year or two ago, when he would sit on TikTok and read very peculiar messages, basically him and his messages to minors. That's all he would do, was just sit there and read them, do some very, very weird dances, or just stare and smile at the screen. Now, before we talk about current-day Barry and what he's done, and what we don't like about what he's done, we're going to have to take a quick old trip back to 1983 to discuss some of the things that he did back then. Back in 1983, Barry was 17 years old, and he set fire to 2 separate synagogues, as well as going on to set fire to 2 different homes as well, one home being of his own rabbis. After being caught after setting fire to 4 separate things, Barry was finally arrested, and he was 17 years old at the time, so it was a very wacky situation in terms of what to actually do with him. A lot of people believe that since he was 17, he shouldn't be charged as an adult. So since Barry was technically still a minor at the age of 17, he was able to completely avoid jail time due to the fact that he would not be charged as an adult. In my opinion, that is rather lucky, but also very serious and unstupid to not charge someone who would do something like that at the age of 17. Now it's time to take a time skip all the way to 2023 from 83. Now here you're seeing a 57-year-old Barry, although contrary to popular belief in what he claims himself as online, he is not 18 in these photos or these videos that you are going to see. Now the first thing we're going to look at today about Barry, aside from the stuff we've already looked at earlier, the actual stuff that has happened recently, we're going to cover a few of the racist remarks Barry's had to a lot of individuals. Now keep in mind the things that Barry is saying is going to be very disgusting, meaning of which I'll have to bleep out the majority of what he's saying, but I'm pretty sure you can put the pieces of the puzzle together to actually figure out what he is saying. It's pretty obvious what he's doing whenever you watch the video.
Bobby, you can't say that.
Go back to Africa.
How you doing?
Use the word. You know that.
Barry. Okay. That's time out. You're done. You're done. You need a time
Are you
out.
saying black people can say?
Yes. Barry,
okay.
fifth strike.
Well,
Barry, fifth strike. Barry, you're getting.
Why are you trying to talk?
Retard.
Why are you trying to talk to girls, bro? Why?
Retard. Sicko.
Sicko Mo. Yo, why are you trying to talk to girls, bro?
Well, what word is worse, pedophile or nigger? Worse.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
I mean, pedophile is worse, right?
Now, as you could tell from the last clips I showed you alone, we're going to deal with some rather wacky things here today. Now, Barry is a very unusual man, to say at the least. Now, the next clip that you're going to see, it's going to be Barry saying that he would go for a 16-year-old, 14-year-old, and even a 12-year-old. Now, I don't need to stress this stuff enough. If you see this guy on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, or any other app out there, do not entertain him at all. Do not talk to him at all. There is no need to. He will continuously get banned on accounts and then just make more and more accounts. It's like a never-ending wave of attacks. Just don't talk to him and don't interact with him. Also, if you have any video ideas for me, or people I should look into, or people that you think should be exposed on the platform that they have, feel free to send them to me via Instagram. My Instagram on the screen. Go ahead and just send me a DM about that person. I will look into him.
Hey, you like girls that like 16-year-olds or something?
Yes.
Like 16-year-old girls?
Yeah.
Nice. I feel like. Well, what about 12? What about 12?
Yes.
Boy, what?
Younger woman, like 18 or younger, or older?
Younger.
Sorry?
Younger.
Gotcha. How old are you?
54.
50.
Now, this person and this case altogether just gets downright more and more creepy the more that you look into it for a multitude of reasons, especially the fact that on multiple social medias he's trying to go by the age of 18 years old and tell multiple underage people that he would be texting that he is around the same age as them and he's only 18. Now, I know in that clip that you just saw, he did say he was 54 years old, but there are multiple scenarios where he's told multiple underage people that he is only 18 years old or 17 years old, or that people tell him that he looks like he's 16, but in reality he's only 18, but as we all know, he was born at 66, making him 57 years old as of right now.
No, I don't have any kids. I'm only 18 years old. I'm not ready to have kids now. Maybe I'll have kids later when I'm older. What about? I don't have gray hair. It's dandruff. But, you know, maybe you're jealous because you wish you looked as good as me. But everyone around here says I look 16 to 18, so it's fine. I feel good.
Stream Funny on ITVX.
I'm assuming you're sitting there wondering how Barry even got known about on the app of TikTok, since he didn't really have that many followers before he was finally caught onto and banned on multiple platforms and multiple accounts were banned. Well, Barry here on TikTok, his time on TikTok was very short-lived, but what he would do on TikTok was the massive problem. What he would be doing is he would sit on his phone, record himself smiling into the camera, just looking away while reading some texts. Now, you may be sitting there thinking, you know, that doesn't really sound too bad, but the problem about these texts that he would be sitting there reading was the fact that the text he was reading was him talking to a minor and an underage people. That's when people finally caught wind of the situation and had enough, and multiple TikTokers on the platform started calling him out, and people started to mass report his account that had roughly close to 25,000 at the time.
I've been knowing you for long enough. Damn, I need you right now.
Now, in the text that you see on screen, this is a message that Barry sent to a 14 or a 15-year-old person. Now, I do need to make this readily apparent right now that I'm not going to be able to read this text off to you guys. Now, for those of you who don't want to pause to read it, I'll give you the quick rundown, although I'm not actually going to be able to read it off because of the very terrible thing said in that message. But basically, Barry says he's going to do some rather nasty and illegal things to a very underage person. Not only that, he's going to make it to the point where it's not going to matter what they're wearing. Not only that, he said that they're going to get him to a point to where they won't be able to leave him and that they will belong to him. Not only that, he also mentions in that message that it doesn't matter where they are, he will find them. Now, I'm sorry for not being able to read it off, but due to YouTube getting a little bit more stricter on me and spanking my ass every time I try to expose somebody, I'm just gonna kinda lay low for a little bit, but don't you worry, this will probably be the only time where I don't read stuff off to you. I do apologize. Not only that, I do want to discuss something that has happened rather recently. As of recently, I uploaded a video exposing somebody that nobody's ever really talked about before, and it's gone under the radar for far longer than it ever should have. Somebody who had over 300,000 followers on TikTok, not only that, has over 10K on Instagram, more than me. The person that I talked about reported my video multiple times, probably around the times of like 15 to 20, and it was completely wrongfully reported. Everything I did and said and showed was within the guidelines, saying that I was, you know, distinguishing and ruining their privacy and whatnot, when in reality, everything I talked about was public image. I only showed things that were posted to the public. And it is rather annoying due to the amount of time I put into researching a topic to make sure that it is foolproof and everything that I am talking about is true, and then going to the lengths of actually posting and putting together that video. Keep in mind, what I'm talking about now has nothing to do with the previous person that we've talked about that goes by the name Barry the Bedeau on TikTok or whatever. This is currently a problem that's happening right now, and I'm going to show you this clip, then we're going to talk a little bit more about it.
To you, I don't have any ties with you. I don't have any sort of relationship or friendship, not relationship like sexual relationship, but just like relationship in general with this man. And this man literally made a whole video about me, about some old shit that happened 5 fucking years ago that isn't true. And meanwhile, I'm sitting there fucking making a whole paragraph and fucking like reporting this shit so many goddamn times because I'm like, dude, I'm tired of this shit. Like, I'm already going through bad shit enough. I'm already having a lot of bad luck as it is. Like, I'm not wanting to fucking enforce that further. Like, I lost my relationship with my ex-fiance, number one. Number two, I lost my family completely because I can't go back home. And number four, all this shit has happened for a reason. And it's not because, like,
The craziest part about what he said is that he said it was false, when everything that I talked about just wasn't true, when in fact it was true. Not a single thing that I said in that video wasn't true, and that's what really makes me mad, is the lack of responsibility or accountability to take action and say he's sorry for what he did and that he knows that he is wrong. I try to be very nice, or at least respectful to the people that I talk about in all of my videos. I don't like to go out and just straight insult people like a bunch of other channels that will talk about these things do. There's no need for that. I just like to provide my evidence, talk about reasons why you shouldn't be allowed on singular platform, or other reasons that I have to talk about, and move on with my day. Now, I don't want to spend an absurd amount of time talking about this problem because, in my opinion, it's kind of like beating a dead horse. I'm not going to really get anywhere with just sitting here rambling on about the same thing and how it's terrible that someone can sit there and abuse the system of YouTube to the point where it will win for them all that they're, a very nasty person. I just wanted to say this very one last thing. I took a lot of time to think about this situation. I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know if I should just let this stuff go and move on with my day and continue to cover more people, but the more I think about it, the more I think that that's not going to happen. Now, I don't want to reveal too much right now. I just want to quickly say that I'm in the laboratory like Walter White cooking up a devious plan, but until then, that's all I have to talk about today. Hope everybody that watches my videos has an extremely good day or an extremely good night, and I will see you guys all in the next video. I appreciate every single one of you, so everybody have a good day. I'll see you in the next one, and stay.
The Observer, providing you with the latest TikTok drama from across the UK.